Storytellers! Hi, boys and girls. So, we've been working really hard on detailed pictures, adding emotion to our pictures, adding movement to our pictures, using multiple colors when we draw pictures, adding speech bubbles, and our newest thing we've been working on is checking our mechanics of our sentences. So, making sure that our sentences started with an uppercase letter, making sure our sentences have spacing in between words, and making sure our sentences have a punctuation mark at the end. So, they have a question mark, a period, or an exclamation point. Whew, that's a lot. We've been really busy writing these last few weeks. Okay, so today we're going to talk about something called tapping out the story. So what I want you to do is you're going to listen to something that happened to me in the past. Okay, here goes my story. One time I went to the dollar store with my mom. My mom had to buy some taco shells for dinner. My mom let me go over to the toy aisle and I found a baby doll and I found some sidewalk chalk and I found a new coloring book that I really wanted. I went and asked my mom if I could have all of those things and she sadly told me no. But then I remembered that I had money from the tooth fairy in my pocket. So I ended up being able to buy one thing from the dollar store and that was my new baby doll. I can't wait to get home and play with it. Okay, so that was my story about the time I went to the store with my mom. That was a long story, wasn't it? A lot of things happened. So sometimes when we think of stories in our head and we even tell a friend or tell our teacher or tell someone at home about our story, it can feel really overwhelming to put all of that information down on paper. So what I want to do is I want to try to make that a lot less difficult. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes and I want you to think about what was the most important thing about my story that I told you. I would think the most important thing is I got my new doll, right? So I'm going to write that onto my paper today. Okay, so I'm going to write I got a new doll. So look at how many words I have in my sentence. I got a new doll. 5 words in my sentence. Okay, and so sometimes I might have a hard time remembering all the words in my sentence. So you know what you can do? You can draw lines on your paper to help you remember what you're going to write. So here's my paper. And I'm going to draw lines down here. I'm going to draw a line for I. And then remember, we use space, just like if we're writing some words here. And then I'm going to write got. And then I'm going to have space, a. And then down here, I'm going to do new space doll. So then those lines help me remember what words I need to put here. Okay, so then let's go through and see if we can remember. What word goes here? Very good. I. I is a sight word. How do we spell I? Awesome. It's a capital I. I. Now we need the word got. Let's tap it out. G. G. Good. G. Game. G. Ah. O. Octopus. Ah. T-top. I got a. That's also a sight word we learned last week. A. I got a new. Ooh, that sounds like it's going to be tricky. Let's tap that one. N. Nut. N. Ooh. What letter do you think says ooh? We haven't learned that. That could be tricky. So right now I'm just going to write an O because that's what it sounds like to me. Ooh. We'll be learning about what sound that makes. I got a new doll. D. Very good. D. Dog. D. Ah. O. L. Lamp. O. Oh, look, and now I'm out of line, so I know my sentence is done. Let's read it. I got a new doll. And then to end, I need my punctuation mark, my period. So now I'll draw a picture to match my sentence. What might my picture look like? Yep, I'm definitely going to have a doll that I got from the store. It was a pink doll. So I'm drawing my doll right now, so everyone can see what it looks like. And I'll make sure to go back and add a lot of details too. I don't want to take up too much of my friend's time watching me draw. But notice when we were telling our story, I had a lot more details. I was at a store with my mom, remember? And I wanted a few different things. I wanted a coloring book, and I wanted another toy too. So you could add those things in your detail. You could add that you were at a store. You could add yourself. You could add your mom. You could add the other things you wanted. I could even draw a picture of the money that I got from the Tooth Fairy to show that I was able to buy the doll on my own. Okay? So sometimes we only write one sentence to tell our story, but then sometimes we can add more about our story by doing that on the pictures. Okay? So that was our story about that we did today. Okay, so what I challenge you guys to do today for writing is I'd like you to try to tap out your story before you actually write. So you can do this by closing your eyes and thinking about what story you're going to tell about. Okay, so maybe you're going to tell about eating pizza last night for dinner. So you would speak your story out loud, and then you're going to figure out what the most important part of the story was. And then you're going to think of a sentence to write, okay? So maybe the most important part of my story about pizza would be, I ate pepperoni pizza. So I would draw the lines, I ate pepperoni pizza, 4 words. So I would have 4 lines. And then I can go back and sound my words out. All right, boys and girls, thank you for watching today, and see you tomorrow.